wrestling followers. JC Styles here, and you already know that. All right, so we got that out of the way. First off, before I start getting into this video, I would like to thank Mr. Antoine Dillard for the fat intro video that you guys saw before this video, the little clip that you saw before this video. If you guys are looking to get something like that for your channel or a banner for the bottom of your videos, his link is in the description box. Click his link, check him out, check some of his stuff out. Also, I'll send you a couple of links of some other videos, guys he's worked on. Does phenomenal work, and he is definitely worth hitting up if you guys want to get something like that for your channel. And his prices are not that bad. We did it, and we're happy with what he came up for us. So, he does this for a living, guys. So, So now that you guys clicked on the video and you wanted to know what I came up with, me and Bryan did a video last week, and I said, we threw out a idea for our viewers, and we got actually a video response on that video. If you guys want to check that out, a video response by Emichel's, Mikey, his name is. He came up with some really good names, so it was very interesting to hear what he had to say. He put some great thought into it, so I want to say thank you for that, Emichel. And we also got some numerous emails coming in from people, and really thought long and hard about that concept, and came up with some good ideas. So I sat down and I decided, to go through something. It took me about 2.5 hours, about 2 hours to do this, my list. So I put a lot of thought into it. So here we go. For the main card, for the high card, you would have guys like AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Primetime, Elix Skipper. The reason why I picked Elix Skipper is because he had some great matches in WCW. He was great in TNA. He had some great tag team matches. He was part of Triple X, which was Christopher Daniels, Sensh, or Christopher Daniels, Low-Key, and himself. With NWA Tag Team Champions multiple times. Had a great feud with AMW. So we'll get to that in a little bit. You had Matt Morgan, Abyss, Randy Orton, Christopher Daniels, R-Truth, the Alpha Male, Monty Brown, Jeff Jarrett, CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, Hernandez, Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, Edge, Christian, Wade Barrett, Ezekiel Jackson, Alberto Del Rio, and Booker T. Now, for a lot of you who are wondering, the Alpha Male, Monty Brown, he would be my champion, and these are the reasons why. All right, he used to play pro ball for NFL. He was a linebacker. Had the dream of wanting to be a wrestler. Went to TNA. Did a lot of work in the main event. Was part of Team Planet Jarrett. I don't think he was treated fairly. He didn't get a good push the way that I thought that he should have. I've went back and I've watched a lot of 2005 stuff, and he was just great. And I think that for him never to have been champion, I think was kind of a little slap in the face, because he had great mic skills, did cut great promos, and he had the intensity for it, and he was a powerhouse in the ring. So, Jeff Jarrett, give or take what you say, I mean, the guy's cemented himself in the mid card for a while. Went to WCW, built up a main event status. Went to TNA and just cemented himself as a main eventer. He's the founder of TNA, the father of TNA, whatever you want to call it. That TNA is his baby. He came up with TNA. So that's why I think he deserves definitely to be in the main event. Christian, say what you want. Christian was phenomenal in TNA. He was great in WWF in the 90s. He was part of one of the greatest tag teams of wrestling history, the Edge and Christian. So, to have him in the main event is definitely worth having him in there. Wade Barrett, I think he is he's deserving of a push. I think that he should get one soon. Ezekiel Jackson, what can I say about the guy? I mean, he's just all-out powerhouse. He'll go out there and he'll put you into the ground, and he will. It definitely worth I would like to see, to be honest with you, all the guys that I named in the main card are all, I believe, deserving champions. To be honest, I mean, there are a lot of guys that deserve to be pushed that haven't got pushed. So if this is my baby, if I was to come up with my own wrestling company and it would be my baby, that's who would be in the main event. Yeah, 22 guys. All 22 guys would have something to do in the main event. This is the mid card. I kind of took some TNA, some ROH, some big time, some wrestlers that wrestled in WWE right today, and some TNA as well. So I would have two champions for the mid card, like the WWE. One would be like a combination of like the light heavyweight, the cruiserweight, and the X Division title, all rolled into one, kind of. So P.D. Williams would be my champion, one of my champions. Caval, Daniel Bryan, the pioneer of the X Division, Lynn, was definitely worth having. Jay Lethal, Homicide, Kazarian, Roderick Strong, ROH, Austin Aries, ROH, Ted DiBiase Jr., Amazing Red, John Morrison, Lance Hoyt, another guy who was pushed in 2005, never got to the main event, and then they just pushed him right down to the tag team division as Lance Rock. I think that was a horrible gimmick, and I think that he was definitely deserving in 2005 of a title shot. He was kind of like Test. The way that they built him up, like in WWF, back in the corporation and everything, how they built Test up, and Test was awesome. That's Lance Hoyt. But Lance Hoyt was a little bit better. He was a little bit more athletic when it came to wrestling than Test. But give what you want about Mark Andrews. He was definitely good, a definitely good wrestler. If he was still around today, I think he would have been champion, definitely. Kiyoshi, Shelton Benjamin, Justin Gabriel, the South African sensation. I think he's definitely worth mid-card. I think he's definitely worth it. Austin Aries would actually go back a couple of spots, would be my second champion. He would probably be kind of like my television champion. Charilie Haas, Jerrelle Clark, Mr. 630. Man, guys, if you can, type in Jerrelle Clark 630 and watch this guy, and oh my god, it's crazy. Evan Bourne, Rey Mysterio, Jack Swagger in the franchise. Shane Douglas. The reason why I did that for the mid card, I kind of like tried to balance out, like put some of the best mid card guys and also put a couple of main event guys in there, because the fact is that reason why you put a couple of main event guys in the mid card, it helps build up the mid card a little bit, because the fact is that like a lot of the mid card in TNA excelled so good that they put them into the main event card and they delivered in the main event, but not a lot of them made champion. That's something WWE fails to do. Like they use the mid card they take like one or two mid carders, build them up, give him one match, then knock him down or release him. I kind of tried to balance it out between the main event and the mid card. I wanted to make sure I had some really good picks. The women's division, I'm not really fond of the women, but these are the women that I picked. Awesome Kong, Beth Phoenix, Natalia, Hamada, Gail Kim, Sarita, Angelina Love, Madison Rain, and Mickie James. The reason why I picked a lot of these girls was because I think that they are some of the best workers in the women's division. Granted, like I said, I did a video earlier, the Raw review. Check that out when Bryan gets that up later on this afternoon. Wasn't done properly. She's being booked as a good Divas champion. She's just not being booked with good talent, so they're kind of making her look like a super diva. She's picking up victories, but I think that you need good opponents to make a good women's division, and that's why I picked the 9 women that I picked for my company, because those, like I said again, are the workers of the business. Tag team division, I kind of tried to think, if I was my own company, what teams I would want to sign. So you know I have to have my boys Motor City Machine Guns. I'm a big Motor City Machine Gun fan. Even though I don't show it, I am supportive. I like them. I like Beer Money. I like a lot of guys. LAX, another good team that I enjoyed watching. I actually got to see them live at a Wallingford house show a couple of years back. Not the one Bryan went to, of course. But they actually, one fan was being made fun of by the Team 3D when they were a heel in TNA. I think it was like 2007 or 2008, early 2008. They were being made fun of. The kid was being made fun of. They made him cry because he was wearing a Boston Red Sox hat. They took him in the ring and they actually took him in the ring. He got to hold the TNA tag titles, and they got to pose for pictures, and he signed the kid's shirt and everything, and that was really nice of them to do. Something WWE doesn't do anymore. But then again, I haven't been to a house show in like 2 years, so I'm pretty hyped up to see them live on March 18th. Okay, World's Greatest Tag Team. Again, these guys, say what you want about them. They are a great tag team. They did well deserving of a tag team champions. They were known as Team Angle when they first started in WWE. Then they went to the World's Greatest Tag Team. Multi-time tag team champions over here in WWE. They're over in ROH right now wrestling, and they doing some great things with the Kings of Wrestling over there. And I think they're going to feud with the Briscoe brothers, which is pretty cool. They're actually the next on my list, the Briscoe brothers, Jay and Mark Briscoe. They've done some great things, and they've been multi-time ROH tag team champions. And these guys do some amazing work. And I would be damn well proud to have them as my tag team champions. And if I have my own company, this is my dream roster here. AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. Say what you want. What can you say about AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels? These guys were great. They had a great feud with AMW in 2006. LAX in 2006. Late 2006, they feuded with AMW, which was another great tag team, which we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. Kaval and Daniel Bryan, the Dragons. Like I said, that would have been a good idea to put Kaval and Daniel Bryan together as a tag team. So I'm going to capitalize on that and do that myself. The Naturals, Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas. America's Most Wanted, James Storm and Chris Harris. Inc., Shannon Moore and Jesse Neal. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay. I would actually call them the Fat Twos because Rikishi's first name when he first came to WWE, he was known as Fatu. I think Junior Fatu, or Fatu Jr. Generation Me, Yoshi, Tatsu, and Tajiri. The reason why I think those two would make a good pairing is because of their martial arts type background. This would be my power tag team. Rob Terry and Mason Ryan. They would probably be like the powerhouse tag team. Kind of like Chronic in WCW. You had Crush and you had some other guy. I forgot his name. This is an ECW original tag team. Justin Credible and Lance Storm. And if I had the rights to do this, and if it was my own company, Booker T and R-Truth, they would be the new Harlem Heat. And the reason why I was a big Harlem Heat fan when I was a kid, I didn't watch a lot of WCW when I was a kid because usually I would catch like an hour from 8 to 9. I would watch WCW, and then from 9 to 11 I would watch Raw. So I thought that was pretty cool to do, to have Harlem Heat. I'm a big Booker T fan. I'm not a fan of his King Booker crap, but his solo stuff, like in TNA and WCW, Sergeant Afro or Sergeant Fro or whatever he was called in later WCW days. But now I'm going to give you guys the posts ideas. These are the reason why I picked these names, because these were guys that I thought that deserved pushes that never got them, or I think that these are guys that deserve a push right now, and that WWE hasn't really established. WWE hasn't really established a lot of the guys that I have in my list from WWE yet. They haven't really given them the push, but those guys would be in my main events. My mid card I think is a fantastic mid card. I would I would focus, like I would take a bunch of people that, like a bunch of guys who, like TNA did. They took a bunch of nobodies. They weren't nobodies, but they took a bunch of rookies, and who were starting to get in the business and started wrestling in the business, and they took them and made the X Division, and AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, and Samoa Joe cemented the X Division. If it wasn't for the X Division, I probably wouldn't be into TNA as much as I am into TNA now. Ultimate X is a great match. I think that TNA did for the X Division. I mean, you have ladder matches, you have cage matches, you have Elimination Chambers, Hell in the Cells. TNA has Lethal Lockdown. They have Ultimate X. They have the Steel Asylum now, and King of the Mountain. I don't know if I said that. I'm hoping they bring King of the Mountain back this year. I was kind of upset that I didn't see it last year. Also, Feast or Fired, I thought was another concept that TNA dropped the ball on when Hogan and Bischoff forced up with TNA. Ultimate X is their baby for the X Division. If it's not X Division if you don't have the Ultimate X. And they need to cement a really good. Right now, that's what we need in the X Division. We need a high flying Ultimate X match to get X Division back on the map. And TNA hasn't been focusing on the X Division as much with the no limits and stuff like that. And I think that's what they need to do. Same with WWE. WWE is focusing on the main event so much they lost all their tag teams. A lot of their mid-cards are become stale and stagnant, and they haven't really done much, and they need to do it. And I think that that's what WWE is failing to do, is that they're failing once it's like with Chris Masters. Chris Masters is scheduled to get a push sometime after WrestleMania. And I feel bad because I have a feeling what they did last time is going to happen. I mean, it was Chris Masters' own fault for messing around with drugs and stuff like that. But I have a feeling they're going to build him up, and then they're going to let him go. They're going to knock him back down, because they're going to say, "Oh, well, this guy's not marketable, or he's not marketable, or he doesn't have that it factor, or he doesn't fit into the Vince McMahon's prototype politics or something like that." WWE finds a way to knock somebody back down a couple of rungs. But those guys, that's who I would have in my company. If I had the money to do something like that, it's a fantasy card. But you know what? Those would be the guys I would acquire. Because I think with all those names, you would have great matches, great tag teams, and it would be an overall great company. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. This is JC Styles. I enjoyed doing this. It was a 2.5 hour vid. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you later in the week.